They are the most beautiful deities in Vrindavan. Actually, in Padyavali, Rupa Goswami writes the inner feelings of the gopis in Vrindavan. This temple is very close to Keshi Ghat. So one gopi, she is telling another gopi that if you have tinge of attachment for your family members, for society, or anything worldly, whatever you have, then please don't go on the bank of Yamuna, where this Govinda is standing in threefold bending form. And she clearly says, Ma prekshastastava yadi sakhe bandhu samgo asti ramagaha. Don't look at him. If you look at him, then all your attachment for worldly possession will get destroyed. Then there will be no family life, no friends, nothing. So, be cautious. Because Govindakyam Haritanumita Keshi Tirthopakanthe. Govindakyam Haritanum. That Lord Hari, which is known as a Govinda, is standing there and giving you a slight glances. If that glance falls on you, all the material desires that you have in your heart will get burned and you will become detached from this worldliness. So be cautious of that. And that's the beauty of Radha Govinda there. Because he shows the process through which we can attain devotion and ultimately we can attain the shelter of their Lordship. That's why he is known as a Abhideya Dev. And when they offer prayers, Rupa Goswami used to say, Divya Vrinda Ranyakalpadramada Srimad Ratnagara Simhasanastav Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Preshta Devi Sevyamano Smara. I meditated on that Lordship who is there in the Vrindavan, Divya Vrinda Ranyakalpadramada, and who is sitting under the tree which is known as a Kalpavriksha. Ratnagara Simhasanastav. He is sitting on the thorn which is bedecked with the diamonds, rubies and very precious gems. And he is with his consort, Srimati Radhika. And to offer my whole life as a service to them, I beg their mercy for. So Radha Govinda Dev, even today also if you go to Jaipur, you will see his wonderful form and extremely beautiful glances. That's why thousands of people, they attend morning and Sandhya Aarti there. It's like their own rule they have made that before going to office, all they go and have a darshan of Radha Govinda there. So morning 8:30 to 10 o'clock, the temple is flooded with the devotees. Everyone, all even students from age of 10 to 65, you will see all category of people they are coming and having darshan of Radha Govinda. And evening after 4:30, again temple is flooded till 8:30. All sort of people, they will come by their own ways, they glorify Radha Govinda Dev. These are the two places in India actually, you can see. One is Jagannath Puri and second is Jaipur, where all the people who are staying in that particular city, they do come and have a darshan of their Lordship every day. And so Radha Govinda Dev, if you want to have his darshan, you have to go to Jaipur. But now you can have darshan here also. They are here. Because Lord and his form is non-different. So we'll go and have a darshan of Shri Shri Radha Gopinath, which are known as a Prayojana Adideva. He teaches us about the goal of devotional service. What is the goal of devotional service? to render devotional service to their Lord. That's the goal. That's the means and that's the goal through which we can attain their Lord. And they are the most beautiful. Gopinath ji, they appeared for Madhu Pandit. Madhu Pandit Prabhu used to be a very intimate associate of Lord Gauranga. When Gauranga Mahaprabhu took sannyas and left for Jagannath Puri, he asked Madhu Pandit Prabhu to go to Vrindavan and stay there. When Madhu Pandit Prabhu he came to Vrindavan, he started staying at the Keshi Ghat. Every day he used to go and take bath in Yamuna, come back and used to chant his rounds. So one day, Lord appeared in front of him in this particular form as a Gopinath ji. And he started worshipping him. And one day, when he left his body, they made his samadhi there also. And when after him, one devotee of Lord Nityananda used to take care of this temple. And that time, Janava Mata, the consort of Nityananda Prabhu, who used to be a great Vaishnava Acharya after Nityananda Prabhu, she came to Vrindavan at her final days. And when she was having darshan of Gopinath ji, Gopinath ji pulled her by hand and made her stood next to him. So here you can see there are two deities on the side of Gopinath ji. On the left hand side they are having Radharani. On the right hand side they are having Janava Mata. She turned into deities. Lord just grabbed her and pulled her near and she turned into deities. Because she brought this Radharani from Bengal. One of the fishermen, he was longing to get a great amount of fish. So he put his nest into the river and he started pulling it out and he felt there is some heavy weight. He thought now would have got a big amount of fishes. And when he took it out, he saw there is a deity of Radharani. He was perplexed, what I have to do with this? So he took it and went to the in charge of that village, Mukhya, and he asked him, this is what I got it in the river. And that time people used to be very honest. Whatever they used to get underneath the water or earth, they used to give it to king because they used to consider that's the property of king. So that Mukhya took that deities and went to the king. And one day prior, that king got a dream that Radharani asked him that tomorrow I am going to come at your place and please take me back to Vrindavan. I want to be with my husband there. And next day that fisherman and that Mukhya, they came along with this deity of Radharani. And that king happened to be the disciple of Janava Mata. So he got that deity to Janava Mata. And Janava Mata in Lord's Vrindavan Gila, she is none other than the Ananga Manjari. Ananga Manjari used to be a younger sister of Radharani. So she took Radharani and came to Vrindavan and they installed her next to Gopinath ji. When that installation happened, then Kirtan was going on. That time Gopinath ji pulled Janava Mata and made her stood next to him. And we can find on the right hand side they are having a Janava Mata on the one. So Gopinath ji, they are considered to be the benedictor of our goal in devotional service. So they are known as a Prayojana Dev. What's that verse? What are they? श्रीमान रासरसारंभि वंशिवट तटस्थितः. Shriman Rasarasarambhi. This is the person who is standing at the Vanshimad to perform the Rasa dance. And I love to render service their Lordship in that his pastime. That was their prayer when they offer it to Gopinath. So Gopinath gives us the ultimate result of devotional service. So here we have seen three deities. First one, Radha Madan Mohan. Therefore what?
Establishing relationship with the Lord.
Exactly. There are sambandhadi there. They indicate us that how we can establish our relationship with their Lordship. Second, Radha Govinda there. Abhideya. They give the process through which we can attain the lotus feet of their Lordship. And third one, Radha Gopinath Ji, who gives the desired result of this devotional service. And these are the deities established by Vajranath, the great grandson of Lord. Actually, when this Kurukshetra war was happened and Pandavas, they started ruling Delhi, Hastinapur, and Lord left for Dwarka. He was staying there. And that time Vrindavan was totally humanless. Nobody was staying there. Everything became like a desert. In the separation of the Lord, all the people they left from there. Nobody was staying there. Because if they stay there, if they see the place, immediately they will think about their Lordship. And they used to feel very intense pangs of separation. So nobody was staying there. Then when Pandavas, they left. All the five Pandavas, they left their kingdom and departed from this world. That time Parikshit Maharaj became a king. And Parikshit Maharaj, he brought Vajranath from Dwarka and made him a king of Mathura. And asked him specifically that please you re-establish all the places where Lord has performed his pastime. And for that reason Vajranath, he establishes three devas. Keshav Dev, Govinda Dev and Baladev. Four Shiva temples he has established. At Vrindavan Gopeshwar, Mathura Bhuteshwar, Kamavan Kameshwar and Nandagaon Nandeshwar. These are the four temples established by Vajranath. So when he wanted to make the deity of Govinda Dev, he was doing that time he made three deities. Madan Mohan, Govinda and Gopinath. And they are having exactly resemblance of their Lordship. So whoever has a darshan in a one day of theirs definitely gets actual darshan of their Lordship. So we go further and we will arrive on the bank of Yamuna near Keshi Ghat. There is a nice temple of Shri Radha Gokulananda. In this temple premises, there are some samadhis. Amongst our acharyas, after Chadu Goswami left Vrindavan and they departed from this worldly planet, there was one big acharya who is known as the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He used to be considered as the acharya of Vaishnava Sampradaya during his era. He wrote commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. Previous to him, only Jiva Goswami and Sanatana Goswami wrote a commentary on the 10th canto. Jiva Goswami has given his commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, and after him it's Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur who re-established whole Gaudiya Siddhanta. And he used to stay at this place, and his samadhi is there at Radha Gokulananda. Then there is a samadhi of Narottam Das Thakur also. This marble structure, these are the samadhis of Acharyas. On the other side we can see that's the inner sanctum of the temple of Radha Gokulananda. Here on the altar, we can see there are two different deities are there. On the extreme left, they are having Radha Vinod. Middle we can see Radha Gokulananda. And at the right hand side we can see Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Radha Gokulananda, they were worshipped by Bhugarva Goswami. Lokanath Goswami, who used to be the spiritual master of Narottam Das Thakur. Bhugarva Goswami and Lokanath Goswami, both they arrived before Shad Goswamis. When Mahaprabhu, he started his Sankirtan movement, that same time he ordered these two personalities, Lokanath Goswami and Bhugarva Goswami, to go to Vrindavan and discover all the holy places. So they came first. And Radha Gokulanand, one day Lokanath Goswami was traveling in Vrindavan, chanting his rounds, and he went to one particular place which was called as the Kishori Kunda. There he was taking bath, and when he immersed himself into the water with the folded hands, when he came out, then these deities came into his hands. He was perplexed what to do with this, because he was not having any home there. That time Vrindavan was really Vrindavan. It was Vana forest. Nobody used to stay there. Few villages were around there where they used to go and beg their alms and come back. So he was thinking, where should I keep them? Then they themselves asked him, you carry us in neck. So he made one jhola out of his own his clothes, and put Lord Gokulanand into that, and he used to carry him by neck. He used to travel with them. So one day one rich person came to Vrindavan, and they inspired that now we should build temple for us. And then that person built this temple, and Lokanath Goswami established Radha Gokulananda there. The other deities were Radha Vinod. They were worshipped by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. When he came back to Vrindavan, he brought his deities from Bengal, and they started worshipping them. In other picture, here we can see there is a square Shila. That's the Govardhan Shila which Mahaprabhu used to carry with him. On that Shila you can see the thumbprints of Lord Gauranga. When Mahaprabhu came to visit Vrindavan, he travelled around, he did his parikrama, and while going back, he carried one small Shila of Govardhan, which he used to keep near his heart. Because as per the Garga Samhita, Govardhan is none other than the Lord's heart. Lord has manifested his heart in the form of the Govardhan, where he has performed his most intimate pastimes. So Giriraj is not different from the heart of the Lord. So Mahaprabhu used to carry that Govardhan Shila always with him. And when Narottam Das Thakur came to Vrindavan, he brought that Shila with him. And he got it from Sarut Damodar Goswami. because Sarat Damodar Goswami used to be secretary for Lord Chaitanya. So he kept with him and then he got it to Vrindavan. This is one of the most beautiful Govardhan Shila you can see there. Then we go further and we will have a darshan of Sri Radha Damodar. This Radha Damodar temple was established by Jiva Goswami, who happened to be a nephew of Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami and Anupam. They were the three brothers. Rupa and Sanatan, they dedicated their whole life for Lord Gauranga's mission. But Sri Vallabh, Anupam got married and he had one son who was Jiva Goswami. And he was an extraordinary scholar. He took initiation from Rupa Goswami. Under his guidance, he learned all the scriptures and he started giving his own commentaries. One day there was one very erudite scholar came to Vrindavan and he was very puffed up. He used to have a debate with all the big scholars and he used to defeat them and he used to take a written letter from them that I got defeated from such and such and henceforth we are slave of this person. So when he heard about Sanatan and Rupa Goswami, that everyone was knowing that they are the scholar, so he came there with having an intention to defeat them in the debate. But before he came in front of Sanatan and Rupa Goswami, already they wrote down on the paper and gave it to him that we got defeated from you, we don't want to have a debate. And that news came to Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami got freaked out. What the hell, this person? He does not know who has given him a letter. And this puffed up rascal is moving around saying that I have defeated them. They have just surrendered their all scholarly qualities to me. Then Jiva Goswami said, I wanted to have a debate. And within a few minutes, he got totally destroyed with his scholarship. He got such a great defeat that person thought of committing suicide. And when that news came to Rupa Goswami called Jiva Goswami and he chastised him very heavily. He said, what do you think that we would have not had a debate with that person? But we are not here to debate with anyone and waste our time. We are here to render our all services to their Lordship. And that's why we are avoided to go in front of that person and we have just accepted the defeat. And now you have done that Maryada Vyatikrama. Maryada Vyatikrama means you have to take initiative in front of your seniors. If they are there, rather than giving them chance to speak it out, you will show your own scholarship. That's known as a Maryada Vyatikrama, and that is a great offense. But devotees should not do that. So just to teach a lesson to Jiva Goswami, Rupa Goswami just chastised him severely and asked him to leave this place. You are not capable of living in Vrindavan because you have that ego in your heart. And if ego is there, it's difficult to nurture a devotional attitude. So just quit this place and go away from it. Then he left that place and he started staying somewhere on the way to Govardhan. And he was staying in the well. In that well there used to have one cave and he used to sit there. And for months together he was staying there. And what he was having? Just mud from that well. And then that news came to Sanatan Goswami. And Sanatan Goswami, he just called Rupa Goswami and asked, do you know Mahaprabhu has given us a principle that we should follow? They say, yeah, I know. Can you just repeat it? What he has told us? So, first is Nameruchi. We should have attachment for the holy name. Then Dhamvas, that we should reside in the place where Lord has performed his pastime. So that also we have done. And what the next? He said Jivedaya. We should be compassionate to the all living entities. Then he said, do you remember something? And then Rupa Goswami came to his senses. Oh, Jivedaya. I have to be compassionate on Jiva Goswami. So he went himself and got back Jiva Goswami from there. And when he came back, one day prior, Rupa Goswami got a dream and Radha Damodar appeared to him. And he told him that tomorrow morning you will find one stone and you carve in out of that. Whatever form you are seeing now, you just start carving on that stone and I will manifest from there. Rupa Goswami there? I never did that work. I never did stone carving, so I don't know how to do that. See, you don't have to do anything. You just go, get that stone and sit. I will manifest myself. And these deities of Radha Damodar, they are self-manifested in that stone. And these are the original deities only we can see in Vrindavan. Right? All of them? Sorry? Not all of them, the middle one, the bigger one. I will tell you about the other deities also, how they are there. So this Radha Damodar was worshipped by Jiva Goswami, and we have one of the big temple there in Vrindavan. These other deities, I will let you know about them. These deities actually worshipped by our different acharyas. Here we can see Radha Damodar with Lalita and Radharani, and there is Gauranga Mahaprabhu. On the other picture we can see the footprints. When Sanatana Goswami became too old, around 80 years of his age, every day he used to walk around Govardhan. Every day he used to do parikrama. He used to start from Vrindavan. From Vrindavan, Govardhan is 24 kilometers. And Govardhan parikrama itself used to be 23 kilometers. So every day, 47 kilometers he used to walk. Can you imagine? Every day he used to do that much. So Lord appeared to him and he said, now stop it, don't do this. No, he said, it's my brother that I have taken, so I have to do it. He said, okay, no need for you at this age, you should do this. You should sit down at some place now. And then Lord put his foot on the stone and said, now, henceforth, you just do 4 parikramas of this stone and you will get same benediction or benefit of doing Govardhan parikrama. So that Shila is still there in Radha Damodar temple. And you can find most of the devotees who are not able to go to Govardhan and get the parikrama. Every day evening they go and they do parikrama here at Radha Damodar temple. So these are the other beautiful deities there. One is, on the left side, this is Chail Chicken. Radha Chail Chicken. The name of deity is itself Chail Chicken. Chail Chicken means who is expert in cheating others. And that deity was worshipped by Bhugarva Goswami. Then there is a Radha Vinod on the right hand side, you can see. They were the deities of Baladev Vidyabhushan. Sorry, these are Vijay Govindan. They were the worshipped by Baladev Vidyabhushan. And these are the deities which are known as Radha Madhav. They are the personal deities